Creative Katie here. Welcome to my version of the Index Card a Day Challenge and my Create Daily series. Today I'm using a prompt from way back from week 4, and that was Music Box, which ends up just being music. And the technique that I'm going to showcase is starting with a Brayer background. So I'm playing with applying paint in different ways, and I decided that, I really like the texture that you get and the patterning when you brayer your color on. And I don't do this enough. So I thought, oh, I'm just going to play with this. And quite honestly, at this point, I didn't even have a plan for any iCAD. I was just playing with the brayer. And I'm putting the color on part of the brayer and I'm rolling it off, going, up and down and side to side. I'm turning the page. Then I'm using some magenta on here as well, and I'm applying that just to part of the brayer because I don't want the full coverage. And again, like at this time, I have no plan for where this is going. In fact, I get the background of this and it sits in my studio for several days. I was just thinking, oh, I'm just going to put some color down on some of these pages. I'm using my 5x7 gel plate from Jelly Arts, and I'm using dioxazine purple was the first color, then medium magenta. I just really love the texture and the feel that brayered papers have. Here I'm getting ready to add some white, and I just put the white on my glass media mat, which works wonderfully well. And I'm going top to bottom and side to side. I just want to make some interest in the background. If you haven't tried applying paint with the brayer, do give it a try. It's very imprecise. You can only control a certain amount, but you do end up with some spectacular results. So I'm using this stencil quadrifoil reversed, and I'm just going to, my plan was to use the same colors, the white, the dioxazine purple, and the magenta to add more pattern to this background. I've had quadrifoil stencil from almost the beginning of my mixed media art journal journey, and I've just recently got this one, and I love it. It's a staple because it's so general and you can use it no matter what your theme, no matter what your page. So I wanted some white there to show through some patterning, so I'm just using a makeup sponge and applying it. And I like the effect of some of the white is more opaque and some is faded. Now I have these teal mint green colors on my table because I just finished another iCAD, the Words Matter one. And I thought, oh, you know what? That color will look good with the purple. So I just grab it, and that was how that decision happened. I'm just interested in making an interesting, patterned, textured background. That's it. Sometimes I start with a definite idea. This time I'm just creating a background and then the idea came after. So I had all of Daisy Yellow's prompts and I've written them down each week. And as I'm flipping through there, I go, oh, music box. Now my plan was to just glue a picture of a piano on there and have some quote about music because the piano is the music box. But then I realized I have this sheet music stencil and I thought, oh, wouldn't that be great to put down? Now, instead of just putting it in a couple areas, this became pretty much the focal point. Now, I don't have a lot of paint on my makeup sponge. I'm going back and I'm adding more as I go. And here we have the base color and then we have black and white. That is kind of what I'm using here to make this really pop. You get that high contrast when you add black or white to a page. So instantly, upon putting these music notes on here, the patterning that I had with the quadrifoil reverse stencil, that just got pushed further back. Where before you really could see that patterning, now it's just a minor detail in the background. And that's what mixed media and art journaling is all about. I have black on my sponge, so I'm just going around and I'm edging this in black. I figure, I'm going to do it now because my makeup sponge has the black in it. And if I wait to the end, it may be dry. So this way I just kind of do what I can at this stage. So then I go on and onto Pinterest and look for quotes about music. And this is actually in the evening, which is why the light is on and you can see it reflecting. I do figure that out and put a sheet underneath just to block that glare for you. Then I printed off some music notations just on plain copy paper, and I did different sizes, and I'm just going to cut some of those out and use those as focal images. And I'm looking for my X-Acto knife, and I use that X-Acto knife right on the glass media mat. And I love that because I don't have to drag out my cutting mat. I've used this, it's tempered glass underneath, and they say you can cut right on it. It has not scratched my surface. Of course, if you should get this, use your own judgment if it's something that you're willing to do. So I found the quote, "When life leaves you speechless, songs give you lyrics to find meaning." And I've always found meaning in songs, in the lyrics, in the sentiments. That's been a big part of my art journaling. And so this quote kind of spoke to me. Played around with the fonts a little bit, and then I'm kind of fussy cutting it a little bit and manipulating it so that it looks good. Trying to fit in, the music notations, the notes, and I, kind of looking at this and after playing with it, your eye starts at the top and kind of swoops down. Now I thought, okay, this is just plain white copy paper. What can I do to bump this up? I did not want to do it in black. I have enough black, so I wanted to keep it white. But I thought, I'm going to add some shimmer to it. So I grabbed my shimmery goodness from the Crafter's Workshop, and this is a pearlescent gel medium. And I'm just painting several layers of this on top of these notes and music notations. Now, when you put this on, it is like gel medium, it will stick. So you need to put it on and then move it. The one I didn't move it right away and it kind of stuck down on the paper. So now that I have my music notes and they're shimmery, and you can't really tell how shimmery, but in real life that does add. I'm just gluing everything down with my gel medium matte finish. And I'm using the lines of the music stencil to kind of place my sentiment. I wish I had actually taken the time and taken the music notes and cut out a stencil with my Silhouette Cameo and then applied the white pearl modeling paste from the Crafter's Workshop through the stencil, and that would give me a 3D element on this page. And if I was doing this on a canvas, which I think would make a lovely canvas, I would definitely do that to add a little bit more to the finished canvas. Excuse me. I'm needing a little bit more black around the edges to make this framed. So links to any of the products that I've used, specialized products that I've used, can be found in the description box below. If you shop through my Amazon links, I do get a small commission, but it does not cost you more. And while I check to make sure that it is free shipping what I'm linking to and it is a good price, those things change over time. So always, always, always check that out and protect your own crafting dollars. If you go through my door, anything you buy, whether it's a craft product or something I've linked or just anything, I will get that commission. So it's a way you can support my channel by getting, but also just getting what you want. I grabbed my fine line bottle and I'm outlining these music notations, the notes, and this just made it better. There was a little bit of black still kind of hanging around from when I cut it out because I didn't get it perfect, and this kind of gets rid of that, as well as makes the music notes stand out just that little bit more. If you don't like the colors that I've used in the background, you can do the exact same page with the colors that you love. It's one of the reasons I rarely mention the colors, because you can take the same idea and use the colors that you have in the paints that you have. You can also go with a totally different color scheme and end up with a wonderful page that has a distinctly unique look to it just by changing the color. I think that would make an interesting video, doing the exact same page with different color schemes, just to show the difference. Thanks for watching and joining me on my Index Card a Day challenge journey. Give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and I'll see you with the next video.